and welcome to the exciting episode of DigiMantra Unplugged, where we leave no topic unexplored and no question unanswered. In this talk show, not only you learn about the stories of individuals from different backgrounds, but also get to know their success mantra and most importantly, the skills you need in your toolkit to be successful. Each episode is meant to inspire, motivate and empower those who are just getting started. I'm your host Priyanka, and today we have a special episode featuring an incredible entrepreneur named Sachin Khosla. Sachin is the founder and CEO of DigiMantra, a leading tech and creative innovation hub that has carved a niche for itself in the world of AI, blockchain and data engineering. Known for its innovative solutions, the company goes beyond the ordinary to offer solutions that revolutionize businesses and drive growth. So get ready to be inspired from the man himself as he takes us through his journey and shares his tips and tactics for building a successful business without breaking the bank. So Sachin, please tell us how you got to where you are today and what inspired you to actually embark on this journey.
Thank you, Priyanka, for the introduction. The journey goes back to 2008 when I was working as a software developer in Delhi NCR, and unfortunately late 2008 and 2009 the recession hit. So at that time people were hopping jobs. So I thought instead of switching to a job, I should work on my technical skills and help people around me. So I started a blog called DigiMantra with the motto to help people, and the tagline was technology tips for all. That made me write blogs related to whatever I used to do in my day-to-day life in terms of technical. I used to solve people's problems, and people used to approach me and ask me for questions, and I used to write blogs for that. In 2010 I was working for a company called LimeWire, and it got shut down in US. So at that moment our India office got hit and we were all laid off. Then that was the point I had to take a decision in my life that I want to stick to my 9-to-5 job or I want to start with my own entrepreneurial journey. That's where I decided to go back to my roots, which is Ludhiana, Punjab, and I'm born and brought up in Ludhiana, by the way. So I thought it's better to go from where I started my life and give back to the community, and that's how it all goes.
That's quite inspirational, Sachin, and I must say that you're a man with a mission and vision. So, like you mentioned that you decided to go back to your hometown in the middle of your career. So, was that an emotional decision or was totally taken in the pursuit of entrepreneurial spirit?
To be honest, Priyanka, it was totally an emotional decision for me going back to Ludhiana. It was totally taken by heart because I wanted to be with my family and I wanted to do something when my family is around me. And since my parents were aging, I never wanted them to shift in Delhi NCR for all the many reasons. And when I went back to Ludhiana, I started with 2 people, and now we have around 200 people in India. We have 3 offices in India, and we have our offices in Dubai as well as in US. So that's what the entrepreneurship journey has been for me.
Looks like you've built quite an empire for yourself, Sachin. So could you please tell us what challenges you faced while building your business? You must have faced many, I'm sure.
Yeah, entrepreneurship is all about challenges. They go hand in hand when you start your entrepreneurship journey. From day one to until today, I keep facing challenges, and it's the entrepreneur spirit that keeps me going, right? So the main challenges was the very first decision, because leaving Delhi NCR where the IT hub was, if I would have taken the decision, I would say in the other way around, I could have moved to Bangalore or Hyderabad for that matter, or even shifted to or moved to US. But instead I took an emotional decision and went back to Ludhiana. So it was definitely challenging. My family have always been supporting me for these kind of decisions. And coming to challenges, I come from a service background family. So it was always a challenge for me to start my own business and to convince people around me that I'm starting an IT company in Ludhiana, which is a manufacturing hub, by the way. It was actually a very, people would look at me and say, why are you even doing it? So I had to convince myself, first of all, that I'm taking the right decision. And then it comes to infrastructure. Certainly, I will not, say that Ludhiana doesn't have infrastructure, but it's not built for an IT company. It has enough infrastructure for manufacturing units, but not for IT company. So the challenges were like low bandwidth. Where I wanted to have an office, there was no fiber cable, so I had to do radio links. And having a 1 or 2 Mbps of connection was a privilege at that time. I'm talking about back in 2010 or so, and Ludhiana being a tier 3 city. So these were the challenges, and there were no bodies, no government help, let's say STPI or anything that was set up in Ludhiana. Although there were MSME offices in Ludhiana, but they were also putting manufacturing units. So it has been quite a challenging for me to set up.
Okay. But you actually overcame all these challenges with your perseverance and determination, Sachin. But do you think that the time has changed now? With all these upcoming, shows like Shark Tank and online platforms, the landscape for budding entrepreneurs is kind of changing. So what is your take on it?
Definitely, Priyanka. I think there has been a lot of changes in the last decade. I would say internet has revolutionized everything that we do today. From, and that's a side note, India has the most cheapest bandwidth available. So that has been the reason for success for India. The things that were supposed to happen in 20 years just happened in last 5 years, if you notice. WhatsApp came into existence, Shark Tank, like you mentioned, and there are many initiatives that government has been doing for us. For instance, STPI, Software Technology Park of India, they have their own incubation centers. So they support young entrepreneurs. They give you mentorship as well. So that's one initiative by government, and since it is supported by government, it's quite affordable for the young entrepreneurs. And then you have MSME, they are actively participating in helping young entrepreneurs or even established entrepreneurs with various bank loans or subsidies for that matter. And then to name few, there is TIE, and that's it's a global community that is a community for entrepreneurs to look at their for their well-being. And then there's a Nascom. So there are a lot of initiatives that I would say government as well as private agencies have taken. So I was invited as a chief guest in Startup India Hub last week, and I was amazed to see the young talent there. The teams came across from India, and the initiative has been taken by Honorable Prime Minister Modi, and it has been there for 7 years. So things like these actually motivate the culture of being, entrepreneur, and people, rather young students or young engineers, want to be more into entrepreneurship than to 9-to-5 job.
But like you mentioned about Startup India Hub, what are some other initiatives taken by the government that we are not practically aware of?
Startup India Hub being one of them, there are many things. For instance, if you go to any of the government banks today, so there is a scheme called Startup India. So they support you, and especially I should mention that they also support especially for women entrepreneurs. So they give you extra subsidy, and they give you extra kind of surplus money to start a business. So there are subsidies on the name of women entrepreneurship, and you also get subsidized rates for industry if you want to purchase land or anything. So there are various schemes that have been run by the central government as well as the state government. Invest Punjab being one of leading ventures from Punjab, wherein they invite people from across the state or even globally to invest in Punjab and set up industry. With all these subsidies and support by the government, I think the young entrepreneurs or even the established entrepreneurs would benefit from it.
So this brings me to my next question. What, according to you, is the next ingredient in the entrepreneurial journey? Is the key ingredient basically?
Entrepreneurship is a journey. You are very right said. It's never-ending journey. Even today, I would go out, network with people. It's not like I have something established and I can sit in my office and can do it. Because entrepreneurs will never stop. They'll never sleep silent. They always have a new amazing idea every day in the morning, and they want to just build it. So I would say, an entrepreneur, the key ingredient would be never to stop, one. And second is, being available most of the times to their team. And then finally, networking. We being entrepreneurs, I would specifically talk about the software industry. We being engineers are quite introvert. 4 years we are in the books or, doing our programs. So introvert. I would suggest the entrepreneurs to come out of their cocoon and start networking. I keep traveling for all these networking events, and many of the initiatives I participate from Nascom and Government of India. So networking gives me opportunity to meet new people, understand what's going on globally, and that I can bring back that technology back to our country, India. And sometimes it's other way around. We also contribute to the global economy by so many ways. So networking and going around places is one thing that every entrepreneur should adapt.
That's quite insightful, Sachin. Like you mentioned that you've recently been to the Nascom conference in Germany. So could you just share some of your learnings from the event? Like how was it and how was the overall experience like?
Sure, Priyanka. Nascom took a delegation of 20 members. It included many entrepreneurs as well as some of the stakeholders from various companies. And we went to Germany and to understand how their engineering, because Germany is an engineering marvel. So we wanted to understand how their engineering works and how we can. You'll be amazed to know, but it was the whole mission was how India can contribute to German's economy. And for the first time, I realized that at the global front, India is actually seen as a proud country. And I've seen people, there were some certain government official sessions as well, wherein they mentioned that India needs to invest in Germany so that Germany can also contribute to global economy. And it's a fact that India is going to surpass Germany's economy in next few years. I know it looks a little different, but that's true. Even today, India is 5th in economy by some global rankings, and it's a proud moment being an Indian. So that kept apart, we went to Germany. We were interacting with various businesses, Airbus, Happiglot being one of them, being a few of them. So we saw that artificial intelligence has been there in Germany, and they are trying to adapt it. But as I said, German being an engineering marvel, so they concentrate more on manufacturing, and they would definitely need support of countries like India or others for their software ventures. So while interacting with certain stakeholders from the German end, they asked us to invest in Germany, start our development centers or development hub in Germany. The core or the main motive for them was to bring the knowledge of India to Germany, so that they can integrate in their hardware and sell it globally. So I really felt proud and as an Indian, I would say, because this has put India on a global chapter basically. So Indians can be the next people who will write, I would say, global history.
That's amazing. That's incredible, actually. Like you also mentioned that about AI, we have been hearing about it all year, like AI will touch everyone and everything in one way or the another. So like what's your take on it? Like how is it gonna impact us in the near future?
Artificial intelligence or AI is known by many names, be it ChatGPT, Bard or anything for that matter. We've seen a lot of bots, AI bots coming to help people. And you will be amazed to know there are bots that can actually sanction you a loan in less than 10 minutes now. That's what the impact of AI is. So I take it as an impact to our industry. It's another level of our industry, software industry specifically. And it has impacted not just software but as well as manufacturing industry. So some people have apprehensions about AI being implemented within software or anywhere else for that matter. But I take it as a catalyst for the industry because it will expedite a lot of things, not just software development, not just content writing, but also manufacturing industry as well. So AI is much more than just writing emails and writing emails or finding something for your trip. It's more than that.
But we do not fully understand modern AI systems and their potential risks yet. Like if I talk about Deepfake Technology, it's quite scary. Like how do you think, if not handled with care, how can we like put a check on it?
Right.
So
any technology, any new technology would always be dangerous at first, seem dangerous at first, but will slowly and gradually will be taken into our daily lives. I would say you cannot stop that. The technology will definitely take place into your life. When Apple Siri was launched, many people had apprehensions that it will not work. And how are we sharing our data with Siri? Why would we do that? Today we are happily sharing with it. And it has given us a lot of impactful changes as well. For instance, You might have heard a news, or you might have read a news somewhere that a car crashed, but Apple Siri dialed 911 and the people's life were saved. So that kind of technology has always helped. But yes, we definitely need to take care of it, because AI, like you mentioned, deepfake videos. There are certain technology has a good and bad side. So there is a certain bad side that we need to be aware of. And what we can do is we can teach people, or we can coach people around it, so that people can safeguard themselves from these I would say bad side of the technology per se. And that is going to make a lot of changes, because we only have to use the good side of it. As another example, if I want to plan my dinner tonight for sitting in India, and it's Thursday today, so if I want to plan a dinner, my dinner timings would start from 8 p.m. However, if I'm in the other part of the world, let's say Norway, people usually take dinner at 6 and they sleep by 8. So there is a lot of regional changes that AI needs to implement, and there can be decisions which will impact how AI responds. You cannot control AI from getting into the hands of children. They already have hands on it. So how they are going to be getting answers at what level, we definitely need to have a understanding around that.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. We really need some regulations.
Definitely.
We need to regulate how AI actually operates, and I think then we'll be good to go.
Correct.
So how would you like to summarize the year 2023 for DigiMantra, and what are your goals for the upcoming year, if you can just tell?
Year 2023 for DigiMantra has been a blessing, I would say. We have been able to acquire some of the great enterprise clients, and we have invested quite heavily in technology. We have added some of the more leadership roles in year 2023, which has given us the opportunity to add more people in the team as well. So we have hired fresh talent, not just hired them as an intern, but we have also made them full-time employees. If I would have to take numbers, we have grown double the strength in terms of headcount in DigiMantra in year 2023. And talking about year 2024, I would say the goal is ICW. I being investing more in technology and investing more in people, I would say. And C being CSR activities that we keep doing. We have been able to fund few of the students for their education, as well as we have distributed laptops to the needy ones. So we're going to expand this particularly in CSR activities in the year 2024. That's my personal goal, I would say. And again, back to the workforce, I would say W stands for workforce. We will keep hiring more leadership roles, and this has to be done globally, not just in India. As I mentioned, we have offices across the globe, so we'll be hiring more leaders across the globe to expand globally DigiMantra as a group or as a brand. That's what the goal is right now.
That's incredible, actually, Sachin. I mean, you have such big, audacious goals, and this sounds like a good plan.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
This sounds like an entrepreneur.
This sounds like an entrepreneur, yeah. Thank you so much, Sachin, for being with us today. We absolutely loved having you, and we loved the nuggets of information you shared about the amazing growth of DigiMantra. And with that, we wrap up today's episode of DigiMantra Unplugged. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you loved our today's episode. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll come back with more such exciting and informative videos.